hold on. There is more. Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the hit Ubisoft desperately needs, analyst says. To which Assassin's Creed's account responded with, "Our game is out." And then they quote retweeted their initial burn against Elon and said, "Where other men blindly follow the truth, remember, nothing is true." What is it? Oh, one Gazan who attended the rallies of the protesters wanted Hamas to end the war. By the way, for the record, I'm sure there's plenty of people who don't like Hamas. There are plenty of people in Gaza that don't like Hamas, okay? It's not just one person, for the record. Ironically enough, Ethan said, "May God protect these brave Gazans," because he thinks that they were all, this was an anti-Hamas protest, when it seems like it was a little bit more complicated than that. It was more so an anti-occupation protest, which is understandable. Having said that, CNN wasn't able to verify the original source of this video. This is the source that Ethan is quoting. God protect that one Palestinian and one Palestinian only. Yeah. Look, I talked to people in Gaza. I talked to Palestinians. The attitude is that the number one evil, understandably, in the region is always and forever Israel. Of course it is. And that they are seemingly stuck in a bind in this circumstance where it doesn't matter what the domestic affairs of Hamas looks like, because ultimately that is the only game in town that is resisting with militancy against the Israeli occupation. This is precisely the reason why the support for Hamas as a political faction has grown both in the West Bank and even in Gaza throughout time. We affirm that these demands for basic rights, freedom and genocide, freedom from genocide, access to humanitarian aid, and protection of our people are not luxuries, the statement read. Beit Lahia will always stand with our broader Palestinian struggle and will not allow our people's legitimate demands to be manipulated. The statement also rejected any attempts to undermine national unity, stressing the need for collective resistance against Israel's brutal actions, which are backed by the U.S. administration. Their full statement and some footage from the protests are shared below. Video 1. A protester speaks into the microphone. "We want life, the least a human being can hope for." A child holds a sign reading, "We want to live in peace and security." At the end, another man is heard saying, "Hamas, enough is enough." An elderly protester explains, "We refuse to be ruled with an iron fist. We reject wars. We will decide who governs us. We demand that everyone stand against any external agendas manipulating our nation's fate. We've endured harsh conditions. We want peace. This is our message. This is our demand. We want peace, enough war, enough destruction. We want to live." Anyone for the record that attributes Israel's actions to the militant resistance is wrong. I don't care if they're Palestinian. I don't care if they're Israeli. I don't care if they're American. I don't care if they're Chinese. Okay. It is entirely, there is an objective way to look at the situation. And the objective way to look at the situation is that it is entirely in the hands of Israel. Israel is the apartheid state. Israel is the genocidal state in this circumstance. And if Israel were to remove this occupation, allow Palestinians to live free, they would have the choice for democracy, to vote for whoever they see fit. That is a future that I envision. Okay. There is no additional loyalty that I have specifically to Hamas or any sort of militant group at whatsoever. I want Palestinians to be able to have self-determination. I want Palestinians to be able to have autonomy. That's it. Their propaganda campaign follows a singular strategy, blaming the resistance for the occupation's crimes. They do this by spreading false narratives, such as refusing to surrender will cause more bloodshed, relinquishing power will preserve Palestinian existence, continuing resistance, but rather a lack of options. Fatah tried to infiltrate the Palestinian political debate by slogans like, "I am not against resistance, I am against Hamas." But eventually they show their true colors. One of their chants on protest was Hamas's terrorists, which mirrors the occupation's narrative. It's really interesting. Yeah, it's really interesting because the tens of thousands of people pouring in the streets of Israel being like, "We're done with this shit," is not enough to overthrow the Benjamin Netanyahu administration. But you get 10, 20, maybe 1,000 people on board. While an ethnic cleansing campaign is happening. And it's like, well, it's time. I agree. It is time. The time for a ceasefire, permanent cessation of hostilities is now, and a time for autonomy for the Palestinians is the day after that. Fatah will not bring about self-determination, just the opposite, submission to Israel. Well, it's ironic because the West Bank Palestinians love Hamas even more than the Gazan Palestinians do, partially because they have to exist under Hamas leadership in Gaza. And also, the West Bank is operated by the Palestinian Authority. And yet, For some reason, there's no peace there. As I talked about, the library is open today. What do you mean? Yeah, I posted this you tough guy. Why did these guys always post me in a maid outfit? Dude, your mom in that maid outfit. She'd have her first orgasm for the first time in her life, dude. What do you mean? Wait, is this the same guy that always posts my maid outfit? I'm the only Armenian watching you, comrade? You are not the only Armenian watching me. Are you kidding me? I have a big Californian audience. There's a shit ton of Armenians here. Oh, he is that guy. That guy is, I think that guy is Ethan Klein's alt account, honestly. Wait, this is the media. Twitter's most infamous and controversial reply guy? Oh, no, this is not him. Yeah, he switched it up. He switched it up. This is a different reply guy that utilizes the maid outfit regularly. But he uses the maid outfit from time to time, but he switched it up. Either this is a new guy that also likes using the maid outfit, or it's the same guy, but he switched it up now. Why do all Hasan haters have this picture saved on their phones? Yeah. The weird ones aren't the ones sharing this. You are simping. Yeah, I saw Jeff Nippert had my back on this. He said bench press content on stream to see who is the more manly man. Yeah, I don't know why they think. I don't know why they think it's like an own. It's like it's something that I did on my own. The AC tweet is doing LeBron numbers. Yeah. They're projecting their own insecurities onto you. Yeah, we're going to get back to the news. Nandre throwing you under the bus. Yeah, I saw. I liked it. It was very funny. I power leveled Hasan in Diablo 4 hardcore, and I'm tired of being quiet about it. Yeah. Funnily enough, Reddit is on your side because of Elon's dumbass. Elon calls out Hasan. The head of the Department of Government Efficiency is really spending his time efficiently beefing with a streamer. Streamers, he beefed with Quinn for exposing that Elon's a fake gamer and Asmongold for not bootlicking him enough. Yeah. Damn, look at that. Even LSF is on my side now. That's crazy. That's crazy. What is this? Hasan moderator sends chatter spicy message on unban request form. Just jump already. What the fuck? Why is this? Is this like a pinned tweet or something? This is from fucking 5 days ago. What the fuck? Dude, I never go on this goddamn subreddit, but holy f, it's like XUC calls out conservative video game tourists. Forsen finally lands this shot. Like, this is what it's supposed to be about, isn't it? Live stream fell off. Oh, yeah. Sorted by best. Oh, Asmongold covered Elon Musk's biggest crash out yet. Hasan calling someone a narcissistic man-child is peak irony. No, what would be peak cinema is Elon acquiring Twitch and banning Hasan. Picks a fight, blocks Elon, acts like a tough guy. Same person that got a restraining order. Wait, what? On Sam Hyde for a wrestling shoot? Wait, I did not do any of these things. I had blocked Elon prior, and it's very obvious why I blocked him. I said why I blocked him. These people don't care about anything, dude. It's like, I feel like these guys just believe increasingly silly things, like increasingly easy to correct nonsense. Bro, his YouTube comments, what were you expecting? I don't know. It's not the size of his house that matters. The fact that it's worth 2.7 million. He's a multimillionaire, but sure, eat the rich. Jenks nephew calling anyone a narcissistic man-child is the biggest irony. Hasan's the kind of guy who has to stare at himself in the mirror to come up with a good diss for someone else. Hasan is like, I like that none of the comments have anything to do with like the situation at all. And it's just like people being like, I bet Hasan fucking loves himself. I think he probably stares at himself in a mirror. Yeah, the Assassin's Creed account, by the way, has been absolutely cumstering and dumpstering people, for the record. Absolutely blistering people. First and foremost, oh my God, 156,000 likes. Oh my Lord. On the sellout tweet, Hasan is a fraud. Sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible game for the money. Oh my God. Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you? 157,000 likes. Jesus Christ. But they didn't stop there. But there's more. Okay? Hold on. There is more. Assassin's Creed Shadows isn't the hit Ubisoft desperately needs, analyst says. To which Assassin's Creed's account responded with, our game is out. And then they quote retweeted their initial burn against Elon and said, where other men blindly follow the truth, remember, nothing is true. Another 50K. Just fucking Absolutely daggering. It is pretty funny because look, the social media manager that got in on the fun here unironically saw an incredible opportunity to drive discourse around their new video game that just came out and basically quintuple down on organic marketing. Everyone cool is realizing you can reverse farm Hasan for engagement. Yes. People don't understand that for as many Hasan haters that are out there, there are 10 times more Hasan lovers. And as a matter of fact, many of my enemies are stinky. And therefore, especially if you catch someone who is a designated HasanAbi enemy and you dunk on them, you will find tremendous bounty there. This is what the dumb slop tubers don't fucking understand. If they were cutting anti-Elon videos defending me instead of doing like the 700th Hasan is bad because he's rich and a socialist, they probably would reach way newer fucking lengths. AC got your back like Russia had South Ossetia when Georgia attacked them? What? Okay, dude. Insane reference. Yeah. Journalists loved Elon coming after me because they also hate Elon and don't hate me. I've been doing that shit for years. Yeah, there you go. Gotta look at this cope from Grums. Gotta admit, Assassin's Creed social media poster is funny and knows how to get views. Keep that one when you downsize Ubisoft. Oh no. Oh no. He's waving the flag, dude. He's just like, he's admitting defeat. Waving the flag of defeat. Did any mainstream media reach out to you for an interview about this? No. I mean, or if they did, I wouldn't know. Because they don't reach out to me directly. Worst reply guys are coming out. The intern really thought they did something with this. Tell me, intern, does Ubisoft officially support Hamas now? That's awesome. Yeah. Ubisoft is Hamas now. So there's also more. This was a more insane fold. What is this? Oh yeah, we saw this before. This was amazing. I covered this before. Tropic Thunder is one of the greatest films ever made. Thank you, sir. Oh my God, you noticed me, Ben Stiller. Yeah, Jake Sucky's tweet, I retweeted as well. That shit popped off too. 127,000 likes. God damn. Hasan, unblock this fraud and roast this fraud. I have been. We're cooking all the slop tubers in that thread. What? No, I don't know who the fuck this person is. I dislike Hasan like everyone else, but damn, AC admin is bringing the heat. What is this? I dislike Hasan like everyone else, but also follows me. Anyway, blocking him was a mistake. I already unblocked him because if he wants to fucking offer a fig leaf and come on the stream to show how big of a man he is, you know, then he can do that. I'm fine with that, you know? I'm happy to entertain it. Like I said, right here, if Elon isn't chicken shit, he'll come on the stream. We all know he won't. He ducked Mark Zuckerberg, he ran away from Jon Stewart, and now he's ducking a Twitch streamer. Olive branch, fig leaf. Where's Kai? She's right behind me, laying down. Anyway. Okay, the social media team has been cooking. Assassin's morning routine. Yeah, they're doing a lot of ads. Okay. Yeah, but thank you, Elon, for giving me this gift today by being fucking annoying and hated by all who have a brain cell. Here's the Noah Samson post from 4 hours ago. Ethan Klein responded to my video on his Instagram story today by calling on his fans to compile potentially defamatory clips of me on his subreddit. He offered no response to any of my actual points. Sort of saying the quiet part out loud here, aren't we, Ethan? Love to see it. 9,000 likes. Holy shit. All right. Where were we? We have more news to cover. Here are the screenshots of Ethan Klein. Oh, Elon Musk supporting Ethan Klein's content nuke against Hasan, as well as screenshots of Ethan Klein and Elon Musk both criticizing Hasan for playing and being sponsored by Assassin's Creed. They're allies. Is Elon Musk Ethan Klein's strongest soldier? I mean, it is. Yeah. The double standard is not just unreal, it's surreal. Ethan Klein live reacts to 30-day Twitch ban. Ethan Klein gets a 30-day Twitch ban for playing the Hasan content nuke. Seems like a lot of people need to be fired at Twitch. 100%. Any response to the points being made by leftist TikTokers and Redditors to say you were letting AOC and Bernie off easy regarding Palestine? Yes. My response is I am a Zionist. I love Israel. My response is am Israel Chai. That's what we said. In the 10-minute video, in the 10 minutes that I had to talk to both of them, I briefly brought up Palestine from the from the perspective of like defending free speech. And of course, they had to go and do their speeches in the rally because they were late. But luckily, we were able to all say "Am Israel Chai" in that process. So that was cool. Actually, we did it. I said Israel. That TikTokers are fed. They ramped up anti-Hasan posting after the giant Detroit rally. Who's the Fed? I don't even know which TikToker you guys are talking about. And I'm on TikTok all the time, but luckily my timeline is completely fucking cleansed from all of that dumb noise. The one who looks like a fucking cop? I don't know who that is. They were calling you controlled opposition in that interview. That's true. I am controlled opposition. Is correct. Who is this?
I just talked about how there is no major left-wing media source online. There's no socialist platform.
What? I don't think this guy is a cop, dude. You guys are silly. I think we just have a difference in opinion. Like, I don't know. No. It's fine. This guy's a fucking Fed? Really? What did he say?
And people got at me about Hasan. But I'm sorry, if you're using your socialist platform to co-sign genocide apologists who not only deny the genocide in Palestine is happening, but endorse the perpetuators of it, you're a bad socialist. If you're using your platform to funnel support towards the Democratic Party rather than telling them to join their own socialist party, you're a bad socialist. If you're using your platform to co-sign someone who is constantly...
By the way, like, AOC, I think, gets more heat, surprisingly enough. Well, not so surprisingly, but like she literally is more pro-Palestine than Bernie is. Okay. Ocasio-Cortez defends accusing Israel of genocide and floor speech. Literally from fucking like, March 24th. Oh, 2024, from a year ago. 1 year ago. Okay. I was like, what the fuck? This happened a long time ago. Yeah. From 1 exact year ago. Okay. So here's the thing. My point on this is clear, right? Can they do more? Absolutely. Should they do more? Absolutely. And I want them to do more. And I want to have these conversations with them. Having said that, if, let's say, I don't know, fucking 50% of Congress had this opinion, Israel would perish, okay? Like, that's why people being like, dude, you don't understand. Like, these guys are genocidal monsters. Like, their entire job is to funnel you back into the Democratic Party. Like, first of all, my job is not that, okay? If there is a Democratic Party worth funneling into, I'll be its most loyal soldier. You'll know. The signs will be there, okay? The Hamas gift baskets and the DNC gift baskets will be opened on the unboxing stream that I do right here, okay? I'll be opening the Hamas gift basket right after I open the Ayatollah gift basket, and then I'll go on and open the DNC gift basket, okay? There's no reason to hide that. I've said this before. I said it on Pod Johns. I said on Pod Save America, I want to be regime pilled. I want to be its most loyal servant. I want to be the propaganda minister. Give me something to do propaganda for. Okay? So that's number one. It's not happening, and I don't know if it ever will happen, but if it did, you would know. Okay? There's no reason for me to shelter you from my opinion. I have never shied away from saying my opinion. Having said that, with respect to AOC and Bernie, even if it was not even AOC's position, even if it was fucking Bernie Sanders' position, he's advocated in the Senate. You can say it's just symbolic, but he has straightforwardly advocated for a denial of weapons transfers, right, to Israel. Now, we can go over the language of that where he'll say like offensive weapons, but not defensive weapons, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That is currently, as it stands, minutia. Why? Because every other fucking congressperson, with the exception of like 17 senators that signed off on that bill, are literally going, what are you, insane? We're going to deny Israel $7 trillion worth of weapons? Suck my dick. You love Hamas. I'm going to start calling you Palestinian as a pejorative. That's my point. My point is, these are not perfect vessels. And your expectation in a fucking bourgeois capitalist country's duopoly that like one party member is going to be a perfect vehicle for a revolutionary sentiment is idiotic. Use the opportunities you have. What the fuck? Use the platform that you have, use the opportunities you have, wield them as a weapon. Okay? Instill class consciousness amongst the American public that is inherently aggressively anti anything that is even remotely cast aside as socialist. And you guys, on the other hand, don't want to do that. You just want to fucking chirp, blah, 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 blah. This is what you want to do. That's it. And so when I see someone who says like, Hasan, you're funneling people back to the Democratic Party, you're controlled opposition or this or that, I'm like, oh, all right, sure, that's me. I think people call you a hypocrite on this because you move like a politician. I move like a politician. Dog, I'm slated to be pulled in front of Congress for a potential anti-Semitism task force hearing for my radical pro-Hamas and anti-Israel, anti-Semitic tendencies. And you're over here being, if any politician spoke like me, we would be living in a very different country. If any politician believed the things I believed, okay, we would be living in a dramatically different country. Potentially. I said potentially for the anti-Semitism task force. Potentially. Okay? Potentially. We don't know. My point is, I said slated, and then I said potentially. Slated to appear, potentially. Chatters are so dumb, they're like, will you stream it? If I have the opportunity, sure. In any case, I think you're wrong. I don't know how else to, I don't know how else to respond to this. No, I don't think I move like a politician. Or I think maybe your understanding of, I don't know where we go from here. They're killing those kids. What other pressure points do we have? Wait, what? Also, wait, if we were to be able to get AOC and Bernie Sanders to actively rail against, with all the broad public momentum that they have, actively rail against the current administration's anti-Palestinian actions, like implementing McCarthy trials and doing mass deportations. Don't you think that would be an overwhelming benefit to, one, bring about more awareness to both the domestic brutality against anti-Israel sentiment and also potentially open up the floodgates of protest once again, something that the current administration, just as the previous administration, feared, which is why they are engaging in these acts of political repression. Ooh, these things not only take time, and I know the Palestinians don't have time, but unfortunately, in terms of working within the confines of the American political movement, these things do take time and initiative and effort. I will do everything in my power, as I have, to bring about both awareness, to also fucking fundraise, while also simultaneously trying to stamp out domestic forms of oppression to the best of my ability within the legal means that are in front of me. Okay? That's it. This does not mean that the American political movement is the end-all be-all. It's not. But use any and every opportunity you have to your advantage. I don't know what else to say about this. Otherwise, we might have a difference in opinion, a difference in methods. That's it.
Distanced themselves from Marxist theory and even suggested that it's an extremist understanding. You're a bad socialist. And I feel like it should go without saying, if you do any of these things, you're probably not a socialist at all. And if you're a fan who's got a problem.
Like, for me, here's the thing, okay? If this motherfucker was an elected representative that's able to bring 32,000 people, 34,000 people to come listen to him talk about how healthcare is a human right, you know, I'd be glazing him too, all right? And until you have political motion like that and broad acceptance like that, you ain't shit. I'm sorry. You're just going to fucking sit in your car and chirp, and that's it. And if it's the overall output, you know, you're not going to get anywhere. I'm trying to do something, okay? You can be more pure than me. If you want to call me a capitalist or a hypocrite, go right ahead. Plenty of people do, okay? This guy won't be the first. He will not be the last, okay? That's it. Someone said all of this is self-soothing. Yep, it is. Now, this does not mean that, like, a lot of the people that have criticisms are coming at it from like a cynical perspective, or all the people that are criticizing me are coming at it from a cynical perspective. That doesn't, I'm not saying that, okay? I mostly agree with Lex as an organizer. Bro, this is the other thing. This is the other side of this, man. I'm sorry, okay? That doesn't, like, that's not like a fucking shield, all right? Okay, great. Then he should know better. Like, what do you mean? People do this to me in my chat too. You know how many fucking organizers are in this goddamn community? It's filled to the brim with organizers, okay? There's hella organizers in here that would look at this and go, you're behaving in a wrecker. You're doing wrecker behavior. This is not like instilling solidarity at all. You know? So shut the fuck up, chatters, who say, oh, well, this person's an organizer. Okay, I'm not. I'm a fucking capitalist charlatan, okay? Like, I'm not even disparaging his capacity to organize. I'm just simply saying that I have a different method. It's okay. You might not agree with it. Maybe one day you'll see it. Hopefully, inshallah, if I'm successful, then you'll understand. If I'm not, then you can keep saying I'm a fucking, you know, capitalist. And don't dunk on this person and say like, oh, he's not a good organizer. Like, shut up. I hate that too. You don't have to fucking defend me like that. Is the Zoran collab happening this week? Potentially. March, unfortunately, is not going to be here this weekend, so that kind of put a damper on the plans. But yeah, I was planning on going to into New York this weekend. And even then, you're not 100% sure efforts will be worthwhile, but you're holding out for the chance that it might. So even if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it wasn't worth it. Yeah. Overall, yeah, this is a fucking really funny take, but you know, this is why I always say be fucking normal. Like, don't be immediately antagonistic, right? Look, I like leftist politics, but struggling with leftist people. Ideologically, I'm extremely leftist. I abhor capitalism and want it dismantled. I'm extremely involved with social activism, intense protests for Palestine, anti-Trump, women's rights, etc. I do a lot to unlearn the white supremacy and patriarchal propaganda fed to me as a kid. However, reflecting on my years of associating with people with my same ideologies, I feel conflicted. Maybe I'm having bad luck finding the right group, but it feels like in leftist circles, I'm never good enough. If I say one wrong thing or word something poorly, I'm jumped on. I'm ND. I don't know what that means. Oh, neurodivergent. So sometimes things I say don't come out the right way and require further clarification. It feels like there's a lack of compassion, curiosity, etc. in leftist circles. Leftist pick me leftist. I don't think this person is a pick me leftist. What the fuck? No, this is an experience shared by a lot of people, I think. As a matter of fact, I go so far as to say this is one of the only fucking communities because I have to actively yell at you. Literally, this is one of the very few like large leftist communities out there that's kind of chill about people engaging in the act of microaggressions on their pathway to learning. And God forbid, like I have tried for a very long fucking time to make sure that this space is not inherently hostile to those with differences in opinion. Now, there's obviously there's an arbitrary line somewhere where if you go beyond it, if you're like just actively go beyond the line, like I don't care about the designation between like trots or something, okay? Even though a lot of left book has like a no trots rule, that's not even what I'm talking about. I mean like there are areas within organizing, you're supposed to look for areas of agreement. You're not supposed to constantly seek out areas of disagreement, because constantly looking for areas of disagreement, like I love my brother, okay? I love my brother. That is my blood, okay? I love my family. There's a shit ton that I disagree with them on that, okay? On sometimes the way they see the world or the things that they do. It's fine. It's okay. I have plenty of friends that are not fucking anti-capitalist, okay? There's just not. They're not. And I don't spend a whole amount of time trying to convert them to preach the gospel of anti-capitalism. It's just stupid and irrelevant and infantile, I think, to just only focus your efforts on that. You don't, so you're regressive. Yes, I'm regressive. I'm not like other leftists, so you're regressive. No, dude, I'm just not fucking that autistic, okay? I am, but not that autistic. That's the difference. Like, That's the point. And I try to tell you all the time. I feel like sometimes I like pull chatters and I shake them like a baby. Okay. I'm like, stop doing this. And you're like, no. Oh. My point is you have to find areas of agreement. You have to come across as agreeable. And there are plenty of issues where you can, no matter what someone's political perspective is, there are plenty of issues where you can find agreement, even with like some of the most reactionary morons on the planet. Okay. The goal is to actively get them on your side on those issues and slowly but surely get them to see the world from your perspective, because you're a charitable, because you can instill charitability amongst them. Okay. If you are constantly seeking out political purity amongst your peers, you're just going to be a person that's impossible to comprehend in the real world. You're not going to be able to have a normal conversation with people. This is why it's important to be normal. This is why I always say, be normal, be normal, be normal, be normal, be normal. Okay. You're not helping when you mention your autistic status in one sentence and then deny in other places and leave a lot of us feeling like you'll roll with the tag at convenience. If you need to process your autistic status this way, I can at least understand that. But yeah, you do get folks with discriminatory view, a little too much red meat sometimes. Yes, I'm an inherently ableist, anti-autistic person. Hasan's a good guy doing good work, but the reverse purity argument is a miss for me. What? No, I mean, it might be a miss for you, but notice how you feel safe in this community. Here, I'll give you the greatest example. You want to know why you get to be in a fucking community with like 32,000 like-minded people, as opposed to your Splinter Discord that you occupy otherwise, where you guys do fake reading, reading seminars or whatever? Because of this perspective that I have. Many people in here did not start off as like card-carrying Marxist-Leninists, okay? As a matter of fact, no one does. It's crazy. That's it. That's why I always... Oh, she knows.